Hello there. So today I'm going to show you my bookshelf tour. I've been really proud of it, and considering why not, I've been doing a lot of booky things on this channel and plans as well. I've been buying the new Deborah Harkness book, and I've been really proud of what I've achieved in decorating my bookshelf. It's going to consist of explaining each book, not in detail, just in brief, what they mean to me is from vampires to fantasy with angels, demons, and also childhood books as well. So yeah, hope you enjoy, and I'll be getting into it. I've also been meaning to do it as well. It's just I don't know if I did it on this channel yet. Yeah, explaining the books. I know I've done an Anne Weiss collection, but I wanted to show you my display. So from Anne Weiss, we've got Marcus Sedgwick, we've got L.A. Weatherly, which wrote the Angel series. We've got some new additions like Tracy Wolfe, and we've got some childhood favourites as well. So it's going to be a mixture that I'm going to show you. So yeah, I hope you enjoy. I have another bookshelf as well, which I'm going to do a bookshelf on that one. But really, really wanted to show off this one because I'm really proud of the setup here. The shelf is a bit slimmer and also it's a bit untidy. This is a collection of books that I'm collected for the past few months. So the first thing that you can see is my top of my book cupboard. So I got this bat, which was a old Halloween decoration. So now it just keeps on there. It's kept on there nicely. And I've got these Anne Stokes postcards with particular different directions where they go in. Next is this pumpkin that I got probably a year ago now at Wilko, I think, yeah. So it's like a ceramic, well not really ceramic, it's not heavy, but yeah. So it's not heavy at all. It came with this small one, it's like a little bit of your candles in it, but I built it on here just for decoration. My small one is next to my TV. Next is a makeshift frame that I made. Well, this isn't homemade, but this was just hanging around somewhere, so I thought I'd make a good use for it. I put a picture of one of my favourite movies, and that is Constantine, or Constantine, but I say Constantine, and with some black feathers that I've collected around the area that I live in. I have a load of crows in my area because they're nesting nearby. So yeah, I got this little advert in a magazine, it's years ago, advertising the PS2 version, which I have. Next is another thing, a bats thing I got from the range back a year ago in their Halloween section. It's not heavy, but it's just definitely one of my favourite pieces. I didn't realise that I was missing a red eye, a red little gem, but that doesn't matter. Little candle holder. I was going to use it for a candle holder, but I thought I've got a little sconce next to my TV that I put candles in. So it's very nicely detailed, which is definitely really nice. So we're going to have a look at my first shelf, and this is my vampire section. As you can see, I've got mainly Anne Weiss stuff up here. Candle, I've got a little, this is what I made by myself. Just a cup, a cup noodle cup decorated with a ribbon, and I've got all my bookmarks in there. And I made this myself. This was originally going to be for a little cross to put on one of my rabbit's grave, but I decided not to. I decided just to paint it, just a little crafty project to do. Three here as well. Used to be my granny's. And then this I also got from the range, I think. Or no, was it the Wilko? I can't remember, but it's one of very few things that didn't look all tacky. so it probably doesn't look tacky much. The coffin I felt doesn't look tacky, but the chalk kind of does. You just put whatever you want on there. These are, of course, it's Dracula Funko Pop I got as a gift. Another rosary, and I've got 2 replicas. One was for my grandparents, another one was for my mum, of Twilight little journals in there of all the movies back in 2008. So I decided to keep both of them because, you know, it looks kind of cool. You've got another cross that I decorated with roses, and then I've got like a Whitby postcard on there, just a normal postcard. I've got a little cross there. I have a bone up here which I got from the beach, washed up on the shore, which is the main beach that we go on, just to, you know, mooch around to see any bones about. And then I have this little coin type thing found on a side of a cliff. It says the King's Treasure. I think it's like a, I don't know, somebody made it. And I've got all my Anne Rice books. I've got some candles here, which I got from a ethnic shop. Yeah, very, very nice. Really like those. All my Anne Rice books. And I've got some hardbacks of Pandora, which I've already have. I've got like this one. Yeah, I got like a year ago, I think. All my like hardbacks of Pandora. I've already got the softback. I call it just a paperback. That's what I mean. And also Vittoria the Vampire, one of my favourite Anne Rice novels. I've got a Mark Bolan, it was very expensive, £80, from my local old bookshop. I've got just some like church information there. This is like a very old poem book. I should have put this in, it originally actually was in a plastic sleeve, but it's not, I guess it's not going to get all horrible and damaged up there. So it's got all of his poems, the Warlock of Love. All his poems there. And then I've got some more like London cemeteries. We've got How to Read a Church, Anne Rice's Beauty's Release, which I know is very, you know, not saucy, but very like risque and stuff, which I just bought it because, you know, collecting her books. Vampire Lestat, another version. I've already got the main version, which is the first version I got. Queen of the Damned, Vampire Armand, Merrick, Men of the Devil, one of my favourite ones. I love it. It's like the mix between Devil, with him going in heaven and hell and eat, just amazing. Interview the Vampire. Weirdly enough, I haven't read this one fully, but I know I'm watching Interview with the Vampire Season 2. I've been really excited for that, though at the beginning I was very sceptical. We've got Sermon with the Bones, which I've read a little bit of, but not much. Angel Time, another version of Queen of the Damned. Feast of All Saints, I've read this so many times at college, I love it. It's only like a pocket book, but I love it, one of my favourites. We've got Pandora, which is probably the last one I got from the charity shop I used to live in. Tale of the Body Thief, I got at the charity shop as well. Well, I used to volunteer at. I love this one. Another one of my favourites, Tale of the Body Thief. It's just so very well done and interesting. Blackwood Farm, not read, got at a dump where you dump all of your waste and everything, all your garden waste and things like that. And the same as this one as well. This is Blood and Gold. This is a tale of Merrick's, of Marius's origin story. And we got this, a big, huge book of Edgar Allan Poe with complete tales and poems. This is my second shelf. So I've got all of my Deborah Harkness books, including the Blackbird Oracle, which is my recent purchase. I've got an owl as well. You know, it looks nice next to it. It was my nanny's. You've got this. It reminds me of a wizard's staff. Got this on the beach, on the same beach, along with, you know, this one right here. And then this I bought from Yorkshire. I think Mum did actually. So we've got the Book of Life, Times Convert. Got the paperback as well. I got this at the charity shop. I thought, you know, I'm going to buy the hardback as well. It's just the collector in me. The Book of Night by Holly Black. I got Waterstones. Looking forward to get that. And then as a Christmas present, I got a graphic comic book by Marcus Sedgwick in collab with his brother, called Voyages in the Underworld of Orpheus Black. It's got some nice illustrations in there. Inkheart by Cornelia Funk. Reckless, also by Cornelia Funk. The Vampire Hunter, Abraham Lincoln. 2 versions, again, the collector in me just wants to get both versions. And then we've got all the Stephanie Meyers, you know, Breaking Dawn, which includes the second one, I think. Eclipse, New Moon, Twilight, and Midnight Sun, which I kind of did not enjoy much in his point of view. Many of you might not believe this, but I actually read Twilight before the movies came out. So, and also this Saw figure, Jigsaw, next to here because it looks kind of nice. And I have Jane. You know, when you twist her around, she looks like Lestat. And then from Etsy, I've got this Peter Steele, this beautiful proper drawing of Peter Steele. It's beautiful with a pin. And it costs kind of a lot, all the way from New York, I think, but definitely worth it. artofdarkness.com. We've also got this used to be I made this as a phone charm, but it just kept on falling off, so I decided just to keep it. We have another little real bone from the beach. Can't remember what it's from. Some sort of mammal. Got some bookmarks. This is from my scrapbook Mum gave me, and then this was from a show. Can't remember all as well. This is a puppet. Yep. Next shelf we have like all these are like bookmarks and stuff, all from clothing brands and EMP stickers and Stokes. I got from some sort of ornament. And we've got other books around here. We have like Kelly Osbourne, got Charlie Shop, because I like the Osbournes obviously, and yeah, her little biography about all of her tattoos. Then Johnny Cash, Man in Black, I read this, it was really good. Light Between Oceans, it got recommended to me. I've watched the movie but not read the book. P.S. I Love You, I got from the Charlie Shop again, years ago. I've loved the movie. The first time I watched it, I just bawled my eyes out. It's got James Masters in it as well. Cloud Atlas, another Charlie Shop purchase. Haven't watched the movie or read the book. Night to Remember, which is a Titanic biography. Nicholas Sparks, another favourite author of mine. He's one of the men are not very well known to write romance, but he does it very well. So we've got Walk to Remember, Best of Me, and The Lucky One. I've watched all of the movies. I've got the notebooks somewhere along here. This is just housing like another owl little container from my nanny. Might as well just put it to good use. So I've got like all the type of negative pins I got from from Etsy, I think. On with the books, we've got Horns by Joe Hill, Waterstones, purchased Tythie, Holly Black, one of the first Holly Black books I read. It was good, but again, I'm not really into the fantasy with the falling in love with fairies and humans. Grey Walker by Kat Richardson. It just came upon me, this book ages ago when I was a kid, teenager. I didn't know much about it. We've got Witch Wild, got the charity shop recently. Well, not really recently, but last year. Wuthering Heights, Emily Bronte. And then Sarah Manning books. She's like, when I was a teenager, I used to read her. Well, Sorrow of the Diver Crush. This was my first one I got on a cruise ship. It's weird. I know it's the third book, but I read it all my trips. I think it was to France or Spain or something, and I really enjoyed it. And I thought, because this guy here, Dylan, who reminds me of my high school crush, and I really love it. It's just really good. It's like a diary of a girl it's just really good. And then I've read all of those, and we've got Let's Get Lost, another favourite of mine, which is all in the same world as Diver Crush. Guitar Girl as well, with Adventures of Molly, Molly is part of the band in Diver Crush, who Dylan has a crush on. Patrick Swayze and Lisa Naimi, the biography. I've got a hardback on my other shelf. A Skull, which I'll include in my haul video from Nemesis Now, from an antique, an antique market, which is funny because it's not really antique. A little cup of feathers, seagull feathers, and then a bust of Perionology with all the different mental awareness of your brain. The Notebook, there you go, we've got Sleepy Hollow or the Point Break series. I used to read as a kid, as a child. I really liked Sleepy Hollow, Breakfast at Tiffany's, which was my dad's, all the Buffy books. I got some from a charity shop. And then we got one of my favourite books, which is The Poison Diaries by I can't remember her last name. Northumberland. It's an actual garden, and she's an actual not a princess, can't remember. Then we've got the sequel, which got a 9. Shelf, we have my favourite author. We've got Marcus Sedgwick. This is my recent purchase, which is The Foreshadowing. I've already got the hardback. Where's it? Right there. And it was signed. I got it at a old bookshop or second-hand bookshop, and just had his signature there. We have. I've always wanted one of these, so I finally got one. With all the combination with a skull and books and a crow. Simple but really effective against books like these. Some pebbles. I like to keep some seaside-y stuff on my shelves. A frame that my mum found just around the house, and I just put this picture in that she got from a scrapbook that she made for me. I thought it apt. And then some more Marcus Sedgwick's. Of course, it stops right here. We've got Coraline by Neil Gaiman. And then just a notebook there. And then we've got a short story of Killing of the Dead. It was from World Book Day. Love story. One of my books I used to read as a kid. It used to really frighten me, but now when I read it now, I found out that the story is different, which was weird. So this was like a withdrawn from the library. And then you've got Alice Hoffman, Green Angel. I'm still wanting Practical Magic. And then 2 books by Abigail Gibbs. She started the whole. She started it on 9, writing these books. So it's very like a fan fiction of vampires. But I enjoyed it. I did. I'm very impressed. Autumn Rose I haven't read yet. My mum first saw her on the news and she thought the book would suit me. I got a pine cone, huge pine cone I got from a cemetery. Neverwhere by Neil Gaiman. We've got Dracula, we've got obviously there's so many editions. Got this one, it was a cool edition right there. One of my favourites, The Gargoyle by Andrew Davidson. V.E. Schwab, Gallant, got from Waterstones. Very small, but yeah. I'll just quickly show you it. Then we have the first Neil Gaiman book I read was a Graveyard Book, which was gifted to me. I didn't even know anything about Neil Gaiman at the time. I was young. Next, this is got a book of spells, which is a notebook I got from the same ethnic shop. A memoir by Richard Marks, which I first time pre-ordered from Waterstones. And then we've got a feather. We've got another wheel bone from the beach. And this is velvet lined, like a notebook, but it's got parchment papers in it, some stones. Got some like angel and vampire mixed in here. We've got Danielle Giustoni, Angelopolis, a sequel to Angelology. We've got Sherlock Holmes. We've got Istrad, which is the first like war vampire book, which just reminds me of Empire of the Vampire, or at least that reminds me of it. Got Angel by L.A. Weatherly. So I got one of these books signed in Waterstones, back where I used to live. Of course, she was, as you can gather by her name, she was from LA, I think, or just America in general. Got Halo, which is very controversial, not many people liked it. One of my favourites, Kissed by an Angel, a thick book, but it was written in the 80s, I think. The other books I want, but it's hard to come by. And then Fallen, of a big disappointment. A good idea, but yeah, disappointment. And then the Dark Academy series, which you would have seen on all my shorts, which I enjoyed. My nanny kind of recommended to me. I think. Raven Queen, I haven't really started it. And then I got this little book set from the works for Holy Black. Haven't started, but definitely got a load of books to get through. And then we've got Cassandra Clare, another one from Christmas, which I haven't started, but I'm guessing they wanted to give it to me because it was on a sale, very cheap. So yeah, that's all the 3 books there. Right, moving on to my phone, which I'm recording from because it's very low down. So I've got a Funko Pop of the Thestrial, which is very hot at the moment, so I can't really, I can't correlate my words at the moment. I got this as my name. We have a book by the Mist, Stephen Gately, a book that he wrote. Stephanie Meyer, Twilight the First, of a graphic novel. This is from St. Ormond Street Hospital, Peter Pan and Scarlet. We've got, The Magician. We've got Another Point Horror. We've got the first biography I got from Leonardo DiCaprio, one of my favourite actors. So yeah, he has been my favourite actor since I can remember, since Titanic, since I was 6. Got some Stephen King there. I can't put this away. We've got a Mark Bolan biography, which I absolutely adore. I've only read it once, but I just knew I loved it. My grandparents bought this for me. I absolutely love it. It's got some illustrations in it. Yeah, it's just one of my cherished possessions, really. And we've got Star and Shawn. We've got Cold Mountain. A Well of Sky to Life. I did have a vampire one, but I lent it, but I never got it back. Got all the Harry Potters. And then front shelf, oh, Lucius Malfoy. Yeah, one of my favourite characters from Harry Potter. Got Memoirs of Geisha, another recent purchase from the like a God, what do you call it, car boot, which I'll include in a haul video. And then we've got Charm, which is on my TBR, along with Memoirs of a Geisha. This is like Hudson's point of view. I'm looking forward to it. Then we've got Crave, and then we have Shelby Mahurin. I can't pronounce her actual last name. It's a hardback. Again, I'll include this in a haul. I got this back in March or something when it rained heavily. So I got this Waterstones, Click and Collect. Yeah, the sequel is going to be out next September. Next year, I think. Next year sometime. But yeah, that's the only other book that I'm wanting now. Yeah, we've got a adult covered version of Half-Blood Prince, I think. And then lastly, we have the other Harry Potter, which I got at Deathly Hallows, which I got at the antique store. Oops, I almost forgot. I've got Empire the Vampire, which I'm currently reading. So yeah, there we go. That concludes my bookshelf tour. I will include another one of my other bookshelf. So in the meantime, I thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.